Boom, y'all see me pull up in a big body. Y'all know how I be doing it. Still tipping on fofos, sitting on four Vogues. Yeah, I'm him. Hey, he's trim. Yeah, a real nigga in the building better recognize it's Coach Cooper.
Ugh. Y'all already know what it is, man. Y'all better recognize it's your pretty granny's favorite sports journalist in the building. True View Sports News very own. Y'all saw that title. Y'all saw that thumbnail. Y'all also saw these period cramped seats, okay? The coochie seats. Y'all ain't know Coach Cooper was pulling up with the red interior, okay? I'm low-key doing it I'm doing my thing. Y'all like, comment, and subscribe, though. We could put some I don't know, some fucking shooting stars in this bitch, okay? But I digress. Let me get back to track. Y'all came to talk about Adeleye demolishes Jamie's dome, okay? There was also a very nice prospect on this whole card. So I'm going to do my thing as a journalist, but before I do that and talk about all the greatness that went down on this pay-per-view, y'all know the order of things, and if you're new, I'm finna let you know. Y'all fire up that like and subscribe button. I'm going to fire up this good old Blunter LaRuski hotbox style. I know if I got a short video, I'm going to try and do it somewhere where it looks a little bit different, but I'm going to try and make this a short little video. So let's go ahead and take the first puff, add to the cloud in the car. I actually have a police officer, like I think two of them. There's one that lives in my building, and there's one that lives in like the sister neighborhood. So if I'm over here looking like I stole something, y'all know why, okay? But back to business, okay? The greatest PowerPoints on God's green earth. I done brought the shit to the whip. All right, I'm going to talk about some controversy that went on this card towards the fight that a lot of y'all was tuning in to watch, okay? But first and foremost, let me talk about the whole pay-per-view because I loved it. First up, we had a prospect of the card. Now, I was expecting to get this man prospect of the card. Your parents came together, they give you a name like that, they put you in a sport this violent, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking you about to serve up something crazy. Delicious, not so malicious versus Milos, okay? They put you in there with the In-N-Out guy. They put you with the Flying Dutchman cook. And he was supposed to get packed up like no other. He was supposed to get packed up like you were late for your flight. This man went the whole distance. And he was low-key blocking some of your shit too. So I think we got to throw you in there with another Chef Boyardee, you know, another can. And you got to show us that you got some power. Ain't no fucking reason you walking around big as an oak tree and you ain't hurting nobody. Okay? That should be your main attribute, is you hurting people with them punches, okay? On to the next fight. Mahid versus Murphy, fight of the night. That fight, if you thought that it was going to be stale or nothing, that fight woke you up, okay? It was a great card. Two great prospects putting it on the line. You could tell neither one of them wanted to walk away losing. They put it all out there to the point where there was no loser. I'm going to refer to both of these fighters as winners of this card. I would love to see a rematch, though. You know, they both came off of one of the biggest fights of both of their careers, and where they're currently at in the state of boxing. Run that bitch back, you're going to get some views. My bad if I'm not focused in. Let me try and tighten that shit up for y'all. I think I'm hold on, let me. Yeah, I know I'm handsome. Okay, relax. What I really wanted to talk about is Riff Raff Rafferty. Okay, he rumbles Corey. Corey O'Regan came in with all the hype, and rightfully so. This man, Corey Regan, was showing that he really can cook. Footwork, head movement, athleticism is there. However, his defense just needs to be a little bit more tighter. It was a little bit too many openings for this motherfucker Riff Raff Rafferty, okay? I know I just cooked up and gave you nickname of the year. Your team can go ahead and have that. Just remember me when I pull up to an occasion, okay? I'm going to pull up to the UK. And I'm going to try and catch me a fight. So just remember the name, True Review. Riff Rafferty, we're going to go ahead and sponsor you, okay? We're sponsoring you on this channel. This nigga's going to get all the belts. I've seen enough. I saw the talent. He got the dog inside of him. He don't have a heart in his chest. He has a pit bull chilling in that bitch. This man walked him down Terminator style. Crazy 1-2. Crazy braid. Shout out to the braid lady. She might need to get put on with Tank. Riff Rafferty had combinations that was so crisp it looked like he was on a punching bag. You know how people say punching bag don't mean nothing, you just punching something. His combinations looked like how he trained for real, for real. More people need to talk about him, and when I have him and I think about skill for skill and some matchups with the bigger names in his division, Riff Rafferty can beat him. Riff Rafferty can rough him up. So I done predicted it already. Y'all heard it on this channel. When Riff Rafferty is holding all them belts around his body, pause, y'all remember who told y'all first. You bet money on his next fight. I guarantee it's going to be something of fashion. He's going to cook. Moving on to the fight with all the controversy. Now, watching this fight, Adeleye, you know you're wrong. I ain't even going to lie. Now, I bet money on you. I had you getting the finish, so I'm glad that you cashed out for the True Review crew. I'm glad that I cashed out for the True Review crew. I swear it's because I had cotton mouth. I was stuttering all the way to hell. But Adeleye, you know what you was doing. As soon as the ref said break, yes, TKV was still throwing some punches. But as soon as he said break, the ref tapped y'all. He said something else, stop something, break it up. This man was over here taking minus 1 HP. Adeleye done fucking cracked it from the hip, turned this man's chin over to the other side of his shoulder. Like, he tried to take this man's head off late. And a lot of people in the comments are saying TKV was still throwing, no, he was literally punching his glove with the inside of his glove. There was no power or damage occurred from that point. I wouldn't even be mad if you told me CompuBox did not count those punches, okay? They wasn't real fucking punches, bro, on a real professional boxer. This man, Adeleye, let that bitch rip like he was starting up a lawnmower. Done almost fucking punched his head off his shoulders on a break. And that's why TKV, shout out to him, he was able to take that punch. Look at the ref like, motherfucker, you gonna let this man steal me like this? And then the ref over here like, shit, that's a highlight. This man's bringing views to the card. 1, 2, started counting them out, doing some crazy shit. Okay, that's some controversy. Run that bitch back, especially since Jamie was actually winning with productivity on that card. So I want to see that bitch. Don't roast me in the comments about my lips, bro. I know I'm parched. I done smoked like 6 blunts today. Okay. Phillips folds Juggernaut Joyce. Y'all see it. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of Hergovich. He made me money when Daniel Dubois went over there and packed him up. But I got something to say about that main event. It really wasn't one of my favorite main events. Overall score of the heavy impact pay-per-view, the True Review crew gives it a 9 out of 10. And prospect of the card, okay, I'm going to say Mahid, yeah, they get fat on the night, him and Murphy. Riff Raff, prospect, and performance of the card. Yeah, those are the awards that we're giving out on this pay-per-view. What's next for boxing after this pay-per-view went down? Well, like I was saying, for the main event, Joyce, you got to pack it up. You got to retire. I'm not saying that as a hater. I know that I can be a hater on a couple of these fighters and celebrities. I'm not denying it. I don't give a fuck. But I can at least be honest and I can at least keep it true. Joyce, you should call it a career. Every fight that I see you in, you got a big head. And I feel like every punch that a motherfucker lands on that bitch, it just absorbs it all. If they're not going to let you fight with the helmet that you had on in the celebration and the post-fight, I don't want to see you in the ring for your safety, man. You can have a great career still in boxing. Shit, I know you could do what I'm doing in real life if we talking about it for real. But you don't need to be getting punched in your shit the way you're getting punched in your shit. Felipe was landing some very accurate punches. It would almost quadruple whatever his accuracy was just because how crisp and clean he was getting some shots off on your melon. So you might need to call it a career. Maybe you fight somebody that's a prospect that you fuck with that you think you can beat, and if they win, it's okay, you pass the torch and we do like a ceremony for you. We celebrate your career, but you got to call it quits. Adeleye versus TKV number 2, it has to happen. I would be very upset if that rematch didn't happen. And Jack Rafferty, he needs a next level matchup. I think him versus Adam Azim is a good matchup. Adam Azim was a great prospect too, undefeated. Not too far on the other side of the world. They're pretty close. I think that y'all need to make that fight happen. Whoever wins that fight, we know it's for real, and they can get themselves a ticket with a big name in that weight division. So I would love it, and like I said before, Riff Rafferty is that dude. I think he would pull it out on a decision, maybe a late finish. And does Felipe look official now? He done got back on the calling board. He got some names on his resume. He's been on a couple of good cards. You know he's going to get a good fight. Does Anthony Joshua use this as a bounce back if he wants to get back onto the scene? Okay. Did he put himself in the crosshairs of Anthony Joshua? I don't know, but if he did, I got Anthony Joshua by KO in a dramatic fashion. So that's all I kind of got for that card. I like the card overall. Like I said, it's a 9 out of 10. I don't have no time for no ratings for them because they don't really have shit on their resume. Nobody's resume really jumped off of the paper when I looked at it, and I'm gonna report on what's true for real. There was nothing I could really talk about. So I'm looking forward to all these next matchups coming up. Like I said, Joyce, we appreciate you again for the entertainment that you provided, but maybe it might be time. Maybe it might be time to be behind the desk instead of eating canvas sandwiches. But yes, like we appreciate the entertainment he provided, I appreciate you for making it this far into the video. I said it was going to be short. This bitch damn near almost 12 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this shit up. Y'all stay true, man. I'm going to have another video come out soon. I'm sorry that I'm unfocused. So let me get up close and personal on your ass. Yeah, y'all have a good one, okay? I'm going to drop a video in the car. If y'all like it, let me know if you like this scenery. I'm not going to record and drive. Y'all need to drive safe. Yeah. Go ahead and share this with your best friends, okay? I'm trying to hit 1,000 before 2026. Y'all keep it true.